Good morning. Welcome back. If you were here yesterday, we gave it a trial run of me filling in for Ashley, and I got invited back today to give it a try again. So we'll see how this goes. Bear with us, as we're definitely beginners, or I am a beginner for sure. First, a thank you to our sponsors before we get started: John Becky Insurance, Muscatine Power and Water, Rivo Plumbing and Heating, R7 Reclaimed, Impact Life Blood Center, Lutheran Living Senior Campus, Toyota of Muscatine, Impact Fitness and Nutrition, Suntan City, Real Estate Resource Associates, Unity Point Health, Trinity Muscatine, and Hy-Vee. Okay, so today, this will be kind of an easy conversation for me because the why is taking over. So we have Amy Hessel here. She is over our character development, basically anything kids is what I've heard you say at the Y when it comes to character development.
No water.
No water. So the Y has a ton of things going on. So we're going to try to fill this segment with everything YMCA and maybe some things that you don't know that the YMCA does. We have some events coming up, sign-ups coming up. I could ramble for a really long time, but maybe we should just go through the list.
Well, as you were going through the sponsors, it hit me that one of the things we forgot to put on the list was our blood drive that we are hosting next Wednesday from 3 to 6. And I have plenty of signups after 3:30 till 6 o'clock. So if you are interested in donating blood next Wednesday, we have openings at the Y. Just give me a call or shoot me an email.
Perfect. Okay, so why is the Y doing a blood drive?
So we started doing these several years ago. As a group, it was important to them. I really like the kids to be able to take on things that are important to them, and so this was one of those things. Well, you kind of get into them, and then the center then counts on them to have them. And right now, with it being COVID and winter and cold, it is so important that we've added a couple extra this year, in the last year and a half or so, because there are so few large ones happening. So we're a small one, but we kind of add to those so that they can meet their needs and in the community.
And there's definitely an urgency and a need this year, I think more than ever. So you've seen the commercials, you've seen people, they're calling previous donors, they're saying that there is a need, there is definitely a shortage. So they really need everyone to go out. So if you're on a regular schedule and this falls into it because you're just a regular donor and you're always doing that, you can still go and have that done at the Y versus maybe your regular appointment to help that blood drive. How many spots are there if somebody...
Oh, I have plenty.
Plenty.
Too many.
Plenty.
Too many for being a week away.
It's a week away. So how do they sign up if they're going to do the blood drive?
You can sign up online. It is mostly easier if you either call me or stop in the Y or shoot me an email. So any of those things I can get you on the schedule.
And if you're there at any given time, there might just be some teens running around with a sign-up sheet that will be encouraging you to sign up. Some days they have popcorn even. I don't know if there's a popcorn day coming up, but there are some incentives to doing that. So blood drive next week. This week, there are a couple things going on too. So if you've lived in Muscatine or you've been to the Y in the last 24 years, there is a chance that you have met or known or seen Diana Broderson, who oversees the Family Program Services. So she is retiring at the end of the month, 1st of March. So we are having a reception for her at the Y just to thank her for those years of services and wish her well in retirement, hoping that she can slow down a little bit and spend time with grandkids. So Friday at the Y, if you'd like to come wish her well, I think it's 3 to 6.
3 to 6.
Right? 3 to 6. We'll be there. And then another deadline this week, Saturday.
Youth soccer is our spring soccer program. Our deadline is Saturday. So what I love about soccer and basketball and things at the Y is that it's a place for everybody to get a chance to play. Everybody's going to get a chance to play, grow, learn, have fun. We really focus on socialization, and the skills of the sport kind of are the net. It's more about the socialization, the learning, the social and emotional learning that you get from soccer or from any sport, and everybody gets a chance to play. So that is why I love our youth sports programs. But that deadline, so that is 4-year-old preschoolers through
Okay.
8th grade. And so you can sign up online, you can stop by the Y, you can even call and do it over the phone, and we can take care of you that way. And you can just get to the front desk and they can help you do any of that sign up, so you don't have to try to chase myself or Brandon down. You can do everything you need to through the front desk, the member services. So.
And if you're new to like the soccer team style, so the Y has offered soccer skills for younger kids and some school-age kids, but this is actually a team. So you're
Yes.
learning sportsmanship, teamwork, you're developing in those areas as well as having fun, and then going to compete on Saturday mornings at the soccer complex.
It's
So
typically 2 practices a week, and then games typically on Saturdays. Some games have to be moved to the weekdays depending on the schedule at the complex. But our intention is to play most of our games on Saturdays down at the complex, the soccer complex. So that kind of gives them a nice new feel to playing the game on a real field that's set up for soccer.
yes. So soccer's starting soon because swimming is finishing up, basketball is finishing up, I think wrestling's finished up. The Y doesn't offer wrestling, but I like wrestling, so I'll just mention it. So all of those state competitions are coming. So one of the other really neat things about the Y is if you are a youth in swimming in Muscatine, you're probably on the Manta Rays swim team, and each year they'll say they're not a competitive team, but they're pretty competitive. They're really good. So we've got some great swimmers. Everyone is beating their own personal records every single year. And each year, I think the number of kids that are qualifying for state level swimming is increasing. This year, this is maybe the wrong number, but I think we're pretty close or at 20 kids that are going to state for swimming as a manta ray. And was it last year or the year before? They actually brought home a big banner
Last year.
to hang in the Y swimming pool complex area. So very excited for them. They've got lots of kids qualifying and they'll be going. So as that wraps up, then girls basketball, their last weekend to play at the Y is this weekend. So Saturday mornings, the gym is pretty full, and going on right now with swimming and basketball. Also, Special Olympics is housed at the Y and still very active. Their COVID protocols have shifted a little, so they are doing programming again. And so we have lots of athletes every evening that are doing weightlifting, swimming, and basketball right now. So
Yes.
if you stop at the Y, you're going to see something going on, pretty much. And classes, we have classes.
Yes.
What are
So-
the most popular classes at the Y right now?
I truly believe that the most popular class is Silver Sneakers. We had almost 40 people attend our 2 classes on Thursday last week during the demo week. So we offer back-to-back classes because we have too many people coming who want to get into this. We don't have too many, we just have too many for one class. So we have added a second class. We are about a year into Silver Sneakers, so April makes it a year. And if you tune in between, pretty soon you're going to be seeing some new stuff coming for Silver Sneakers also. So I'm very excited about that. But Silver Sneakers is a very popular class, so it's really for those 55 and older, but it is really for anyone. If you are just beginning exercising, this class will work for you. If you have some movement, if you can easily get around, everything in Silver Sneakers can be done standing or sitting or a combination. So in any class that you go to with Silver Sneakers, there are going to be some people who sit and do all the exercises sitting down, so you don't have to worry if you're not steady on your feet. We're gonna you can work within that to attend a Silver Sneakers class. So and boot camp was a popular class, and that is returning.
Yes.
I can't remember.
I know. I just tried to look it up, and my phone does not really
I saw
like
it on the Facebook page, and I
Heidi.
can't remember.
It won't load. So I know that we usually stay on the other side of the building, in all fairness. So we don't know the exact times, but check out the YMCA Facebook page because boot camp is back. And I've gone to boot camp, and I will say it sounds really hard, but here's the great thing about every class at the Y, and probably anywhere, is that there are modifications that you can make. So if I can't do the push-ups that everyone else is doing, I can do them from my knees because it's easier and I'm weak. But those modifications are there, and we have instructors that are really great at giving you that option and saying, okay, here, you're going to hold a plank for 60 seconds, or you can do this modification.
Yes, and I love that you can feel comfortable doing that.
Yes.
So I went to my first yoga class ever a couple weeks ago, and I haven't been back because I got sick. And then life
Don't
got busy.
do yoga anymore.
It wasn't the yoga that got me sick, but I was like, oh, I'm not excited. You know, I'm like nervous about this. And John was doing the yoga live at 5.
Yes.
On a Friday night, 5 o'clock. And I walk in and I'm like, okay, this is my first class. And the nurse is sitting next to me. She's like, it's my first one too. And
Perfect.
but I felt so comfortable and so never doing yoga. I think I did it once, like on a video at home.
Yes.
But never doing it in public. I felt very comfortable doing it. And I, the expectation is that I'm not going to be able to go as far or hold it and the pose as long. And I couldn't. But again, the comfortable level was there that was okay. You don't have to come in and be at the level that the person sitting next to you who's been coming for a long time is. And I think that I love that about all of our classes. So whether you're coming to a step aerobics class, a silver sneakers class, a boot camp, you're coming in and you're starting at your own level, your own pace, and you're working up. So, which is again why I love teaching my middle school cycling class, because it is one of those things where it is all about what you're doing on your own bike. It doesn't matter what the person next to you is doing, how fast they're going, or how far they're going. It is all about your own personal growth in that class.
Yeah. So teen programming is still happening. With part of it is the cycling class. There's activities in the teen center. Those are free to middle school youth. You do not have to be a member. You just have to check in there and come hang out, because we would love for kids to have a structured place to go after school, and it's still kind of cold outside. So when you need that moment and that escape, send the kids there, right?
Yes. Yes.
Amy would love to have them. We've got some staff in the teen center. But let's talk about younger kids, because what is coming up for the younger school age kids?
So school age kids, of course, it's that time of year where parents are thinking about, what am I doing for childcare for the summer? Because we forget when we're sending them to school and we don't necessarily need that, oh yeah, summer's coming up and I need that. So we have our Summer Kids Club program.
Yeah.
And it is open from 6:45 in the morning till 6 p.m. And we run from the day that Muscatine schools let out for the summer until they go back to school. So the only day that we will have off and be closed this summer is the 4th of July. So you don't have to try to find care at other places, to fill in for these weeks or that. We do offer care part-time during the week or full-time during the week. We only have one day price. So it's not part-time for the day, but it's part-time for the week. So if you only need us 3 times a week, or you need us 5 times a week, or 1 day a week, we can still accommodate all of that. Registration for that is March 1st. It begins March 1st.
And it's going to fill up.
We are taking less kiddos than we did last year. And last year we ran on a waiting list for the entire summer. And we ran on a waiting list for the entire till January for after school. So it will be important that if it is something that you're wanting to get your kids involved in for the summer or needing the care, that you do really focus on trying to get in the first week or so. It probably won't fill up the first week, but if you wait till May, you will not have a spot.
Okay, so I'm going to sign my kids up. Oh, you're welcome, Ashley. Jess just said that Ashley commented and said thank you. Ashley, I think you need to come back, though, because you're way better at this than I am. But I will say that, so for Kids Club, my kids are going to go. They went last summer as well. This is, my 4th grader thinks he's way too old. He doesn't need anybody to watch him during the summer. He can just stay home. Well, he absolutely cannot, because I can tell you exactly what he would do. He's going to sit there and eat all of my food and play video games all day long. And he's 10, so he doesn't need to do that. But he likes the Y because there's a camp style. He gets to go do that team programming sometimes where he's fishing. He gets to go have experiences that if you're working parents, we can't do those all of the time with our kids in the summer when we would love to. So there's water activities, there's sporting things, there are field trips, guest visitors, police officers have come and read in the past. There's also this literacy element where we're reading, we're having mindfulness every single day. So if you're looking for a really healthy environment, register after me. I'll do it right away on March 1st. I'm just kidding. Please sign your kids up and have them come be part of the Y. It's not officially a camp, but it's a camp. It really is. So it will make them feel like they're kind of big stuff too. And they run the Y. They become Y kids. And we'll teach them to be respectful and really have responsibility in that space too, which I think just makes for a good community. So other things at the Y happening really quick. I will steal this sign for a second. So Big Brothers Big Sisters has a sports buddies program that we're looking to open up starting in March. So March 1st, we'll have volunteers and adolescent males meeting on Wednesdays at the Y, where they'll be engaging in a sports-focused mentoring relationship. So we're going to be focusing on teamwork, responsibility. Again, how can we hang out at the Y and be good neighbors, be good friends, and maybe lose a little together, win, those kinds of fun things that can be really tough. So we're going to give you an adult partner that can help with that, and hopefully it's a good turnout. We definitely need volunteers still, so you can reach out to us either on our Facebook page, call the Y, 563-263-9996, and we can get you matched up with that. One more thing, I feel like we're really rambling a lot today. We're just talking away. So Bowl for Kids' Sake, our largest fundraiser for Big Brothers Big Sisters. You've missed it for the last couple of years. It's back. So March 26th, we'll have 2 sessions. We need you to get signed up so we can put in that t-shirt order, and I promise you they're the soft shirts. So if you bowl for shirts, which I think people do, they are the nice shirts. They're actually going to just have our logo on them so that you can represent us all year long and talk about our mission with everyone that you run into, or not. If you're a quiet person too, that's fine. You're broadcasting for us alone in that really comfy shirt. So it's worth it. Sign up, come have some fun with your friends, and support mentoring. March 26th, sign up is now, muscatinebfks.org.
Well, you mentioned sports, and we forgot to talk about sports camp.
Oh gosh, we even wrote that on our list.
So spring break is coming up in March, and we are holding another sports camp for school-age kids. So kindergartners through 5th graders, 6th graders can come to sports camp. What I love about sports camp is the kids have a blast, and they connect with the staff who are teaching it, and they go home sweaty and red-faced. But the cool thing is that our sports camp is in the morning, and we start at 8 a.m. We give a snack, we do the activities, and we provide lunch.
You feed them lunch.
And so that way, if you can come and pick them up right at your lunch hour and get them to their next, where they're going for the rest of the day, but you don't have to worry about feeding them.
Yes.
So
parents appreciate that. I appreciate that.
So lunch is part of that. But we'll do soccer, floor hockey. They kind of just, a lot of times they'll do some football. If spring break has a nice day, we'll try to be outside doing some of this stuff if we can get some dry grass and that. It really, March in Iowa, you never know what we're going to get. So we come up with lots of contingency plans and stuff for that sports camp. But it is really a good time. The kids really enjoy it, and we have lots of kids who come back every session, every time we offer it. So,
okay, well, I think that about covers it. There's probably more, so we will stop rambling about it and stop talking about it if you all come to the Y. But we really do. We really do invite you to the Y. We ask that you come hang out, learn about us. If you want a tour, if you still have not been in the Y since the new expansion, and remodel, come out and see us, and we will gladly give you a tour so that you can see all of those fun things and talk to you about membership possibilities, the perks that can come with that. Classes are free with membership, so that is definitely a bonus. And then all of the things that Amy talked about for child care, child activities, They all come at a much more reduced rate if you're a member too. So come out and see us and we can talk through all of that and see if it's right for you. And then we'll wrap it up, and hopefully, Ashley, they see you tomorrow. Thanks, everyone.
We just don't work out in a single plane of motion.